Hello, this is Nathan Carman.
Nathan, this is United States Coast Guard, Boston. I need to understand what happened.
Mom and I, two people, myself and my mom, were fishing at Block Canyon. So I had my mom bring in the reel. I brought the safety stuff forward. When I saw the life raft, I did not see my mom. Have you found her?
He was the last one to see her alive, alone in the Atlantic Ocean, 8 days after setting off on a fishing trip with his mother. He survived. She didn't.
His mother is still missing and feared dead.
He was found in a life raft with a life jacket on. He was reported to be in good condition.
And behind their story was a $50 million secret. September 17, 2016. Nathan Carman and his mother Linda launched from Rhode Island on their 31-foot fishing boat, the Chicken Pox.
Late at night, it was around 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. This is a 31-foot aluminum boat to set out on a fishing trip late at night with your mom in those conditions is just not of the norm, and many people are still trying to figure out why Nathan would have done that.
They planned to spend the weekend catching tuna, but by morning, they were gone. 8 days later, 100 miles off the coast of Massachusetts, Nathan was found floating alone in a life raft.
Nathan Carman was found floating on a life raft in the ocean.
No distress call, no mother, no explanation.
The most important question is, how did you survive and not your mother?
I heard a noise. The engine sounded different. I looked in the hatch where the engine was. I observed there was water, quite a bit of water. I was walking on the deck, it was there, and then it wasn't.
Any sign of your mother at this point?
No, not at that point.
Nathan told rescuers the boat had suddenly sank, that he tried to find his mother in the chaos, but she vanished. It sounded like a tragic accident at first.
So I got to the life raft after I got my bearings, and I was whistling and calling and looking around, and I didn't see her.
Father went on a fishing trip back in September. The boat sank. He was rescued, and his mother is still missing.
Investigators examined the wreckage. What they found raised red flags. Nathan had removed 2 stabilizing pieces from the boat before setting out.
Everything about it is a plus. To remove them is a minus.
Is it dangerous?
To remove it probably would leave holes.
Holes enough to sink a boat?
Give it enough time, a small hole will sink any boat.
No GPS, no emergency beacon, no mayday call.
Did you have a radio on the boat?
I had a radio, and I didn't know that we were sinking. I knew that we had a problem, but I didn't know that we were sinking until we sank.
And he doesn't apparently bother to flick a switch to do an emergency beacon. He had that equipment on the boat.
Why would anyone make a boat less seaworthy? Just before taking their mother out to sea, then they looked into Nathan's past, and the mystery deepened.
And there is a past and there is a history.
It's time to dig deeper for an answer. Time to explore some dark and troubling secrets of Nathan's past. Only child from a broken home. His parents divorced when he was very young, and for most of that time, his mother lived.
Patrol officers have all been briefed to keep a lookout for Nathan Carman.
As reporters began doing more digging, Nathan Carman was the last person to see 2 of his relatives alive. Not only his mother, Linda Carman, but also his grandfather, John Chocolos.
3 years earlier, in 2013, Nathan's grandfather, John Chocolos, was shot dead in his home.
Friday morning in Windsor, Connecticut, 87-year-old John Chocolos was found dead from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. Investigators are calling it a homicide.
A self-made millionaire worth over $50 million. No signs of a break-in, no robbery, a single gunshot to the head.
John Chocolos was murdered in his sleep with 3 shots from a .308 caliber rifle. Nathan had bought a .308 rifle before the murder.
Nathan was the last known person to see him alive. He inherited a portion of the estate.
Learned that his grandfather had an estate to the tune of, I think, $40+ million.
Police named him a person of interest.
Nathan remains a suspect in the murder of his grandfather. The investigation is actually very active at the moment and ongoing.
But no charges were filed.
There's some breakdown between the police and the DA. The DA thought they needed something else, and so he was never arrested.
Until his mother disappeared. In 2017, Nathan's family sued to stop him from inheriting the rest of the fortune.
It's about justice. If, as a result of the Slayer action, Nathan is prevented from inheriting his grandfather's money and that he doesn't get to profit from murder.
This person killed at least once that we know of. This person's gotten away with murder, and chances are it will happen again.
They believed he murdered his grandfather and later his mother, all to gain full access to the $50 million estate. Nathan denied everything, claimed it was all a coincidence.
I feel that for reasons unrelated to the allegations that I murdered my grandfather, it is prudent for me to plead the fifth relating to questions about firearms.
In 2022, Nathan Carman was finally arrested, charged with fraud and murder.
Breaking news, a Connecticut native arrested and charged with murdering his own mother.
He was from Middletown, was charged with killing his mother after a boat ride in 2016 left her missing at sea.
Prosecutors alleged he killed for inheritance, a planned, calculated operation spanning years.
Carman is intelligent and crafty, that he planned these murders carefully, and that's part of the challenge that the government faces in bringing the case against him. So the fact that he could invent some stories today is not surprising to us.
But in 2023, just before trial, Nathan was found dead in jail.
Carman, the Connecticut man awaiting trial in the death of his mom, was found dead.
We are tracking that breaking news just into our newsroom. The man charged with killing his mother at sea. The Connecticut man awaiting trial in the death of his mother has died.
Case going to trial in October. We believe that we had a great deal of evidence to present and to rebut any of the government's case in chief.
It's hard to understand how you can be so close to a client, but we had that relationship. We were all he had.
Suicide.
The ME's office did tell us within the last hour that the death is considered not suspicious.
A mother, a grandfather, a family fortune, and one man caught in the center. Was Nathan Carman a victim of suspicion or a mastermind who nearly got away? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe for more true crime mysteries.